Hey everybody, today's video is going to be on the GH5s Autofocus. I'm going to have 3 different videos featuring 3 different lenses that I have. The 12 to 60 Lumix G, also the Lumix G 45 to 150, and I also have a Sigma 30mm lens. So stick around, hang out, and we'll talk about this further. If you have anything to say, add, want to leave a comment down below, take part in a discussion, do that down below. Also like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and we'll all go far. So today's first video is going to be on the 12 to 60. I originally had a video up that I put up last night. Well, I don't know when you're watching this, it might not be last night anymore. But I took it down because I didn't feel like it was thorough enough. It was only 10 minutes and I only used it against pretty much a backdrop of me against the sky or in a playground. But it occurred to me as I was sleeping that that probably wasn't thorough enough, and I should probably show each lens a little more thoroughly against different backdrops, against like moving objects, more things that are going to get in the way, hold things up in front of the lens, take it away, stuff like that. So today's is on the 12 to 60. The next one I put up will be the Lumix G 45 to 150, and the third video will be the Sigma 30mm. So I hope you enjoy this, or learn something at the very least, and make a decision, buying decision. I don't know. But I'm also going to put up a video afterwards to show how the update for the firmware affects the autofocus, because there should be a new firmware update by now. They did send a note when I bought this camera that said it had the latest firmware already updated, but it didn't say which one that was. So I'm assuming it's a later one. The autofocus doesn't seem that bad to me, but we'll soon find out, won't we? Okay, so let's get started. How's this reacting? Is it focusing on me? I saw it's kind of darker. So in the screen it looks a little darker than it was. I'm gonna try moving it into the sunlight too and see how that reacts. If I hide my face, I can't see the screen, so I have no idea. This is just on face detection and auto tracking. I feel like I'm playing like with a baby, or where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, here he is. Oh, he's over here. I wish I could pop my head down from that way. That would be funny. I move something in front of the lens. What happens? You know, it seems to me that it's not having much of an issue at all. But I'll have to really get back inside when I'm editing and take a look at it. But I don't know what a lot of people are complaining about. I can't see my face from all the way back here. As I come up on this hill, now there's all these branches in the way. Is it still able to find me if I suddenly come up to the lens? It seems like it's pretty fast. Now there's different like contrast things going on over here. Am I still in focus? It's way brighter right here on my face than it is right here. Does that make a difference? Is it finding me in those spots over there as much as it is in the center? Because I wonder if the metering options matters, because you have center weighted and you have center weighted average or something, and then you have the metering option that looks at the whole frame. And I have it in the center metering. But I feel like that's what a lot of the people would keep it at. I guess it depends on what you're doing. Like if you have a lot of things going on in one scene, but we're just looking at one face, right? So I don't know, let's try something else. Here I have this shovel. Is that focusing on me? I can't tell. Hides my face. Where's his face? I can't see his face. Am I still there? Did it focus on me? There's different settings too in the menu, and you can adjust how quick, responsive, and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through all that. I just want to see how it is out of the box. I think maybe later on I might do a video on more of those settings. There are lots of videos out there on different lenses and how good the autofocus is and everything. But the thing is with Panasonic is that they keep changing the firmware. They're actually one of the best companies for keeping their firmware updated. So it's good to keep your firmware updated. If you're having a problem with the autofocus, you might want to check some of your settings on the camera for in the sensitivity, responsiveness of your autofocus. But not only that, there's also your metering options and how your autofocus is looking at the scene, part of the scene, or you can choose it to select around the center, or like I said, the whole scene. And all these varying factors may have a bit of an impact. You can also turn it off, put it on to manual, and then select the part or your subject on the screen to track. And that seems to actually work a lot better. I'm not going to get into that right now. A lot of people seem to be talking about the vlogging aspect of it. And that option isn't really suitable for vlogging, as I understand. I'm not sure why though. It kind of seems like it could be. The other thing is with your phone app, which I still I'm not even using it, but that thing's amazing. If you're sitting from afar, you can just look down on your phone app, providing you have a phone that can support the Lumix app. But that app is excellent, and you can use that to focus on yourself while you're sitting in a chair and use those same features I was just talking about. Turn off the tracking features and select your subject in the app and use your finger and tap it and go. I mean, it's pretty easy actually, and that works great. That works way better than the autofocus from what I've heard. But so far from what I've seen, I haven't seen much of an issue with this thing. I'm gonna try putting it out at a different focal length to see what happens, but I honestly don't think that makes much of a difference. Let's try that out though. Let's bring this out. There we go. We have it at its widest now, 60 millimeters. Now I got to crouch down a little. I could always tilt the camera up a little. Let's do that. Let's bring it up. So you can see that barbecue in the background. That's nicely out of focus. We have some good tone going on. Sorry, Camera Conspiracies guy. I love your shit, by the way. I love Camera Conspiracies, Gerald Undone, all that stuff. So let's go over here by the barbecue, because that was out of focus. Is that in focus now? Another thing I keep hearing the Camera Conspiracies guy talk about is how the focus is shifting in and out, pulsing. So that's something I also want to check for. Is there pulsing? You see any pulsing back there? I can't. I'm looking at the screen and it's hard for me to tell. Maybe I'm a little too far away. But apparently the pulsing has gotten better from what I've seen of some of the latest videos with the latest firmware. I have a feeling this might be the absolute latest firmware in this camera, because I honestly can't see what anybody's complaining about with this firmware so far. I was doing some videos, I should say, and I've had some issues with the autofocus, but I'm not sure what setting it was on, and I was pretty new with the camera at that time, and I've gotten a lot more used to it now. So I have to check it out in the edit. All right, let's try something in front of my face again. Take it away. Fast. What about fast stuff? Up here. Over here. Back again. Doesn't matter if it's dark though. Let's bring it into the light. Not quite even ground. Oh. It's all go to focus as I'm close. Too close. I'm still in focus. It's almost like a macro lens Does it see my eye? Is it focusing on my eye, or is there too much light? I think it's too much glare on the screen. Can you tell what I've been up to from looking into my eye? Well, that was all very well and good, but what are we humans to do? Let's find out. Into the sunlight. Whew, let's back that up again. Does it make a difference? I have my lens hood on too. That makes things not as washed out, keeps things, the color more vibrant. How's this? Can it find me in these leaves? Is it focusing on that or my face? Face detection, how are you working? Can it even see me? Am I even in frame? I can't tell. This will be fun, won't it? All these pears on the ground, I'm gonna twist my ankle and break it. That'll be awesome content. I'm getting a good workout running around here, running around the table. There's a little table right there. I'm gonna run around the tree. Over here, over here, over here. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Take a look at it on the computer, write some stuff on the screen, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna put the other lens on, and I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, comments, like, subscribe, all that jazz, you can do all that down below. Please do. It'll help out my channel quite a bit, the algorithm. Leave a comment, shows people are interacting. All right, making another video right now. I'll post them one day after another.